Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to At a Time FPL podcast. I am your co-host with the main man, Mr. Mike Virgil van Dijk. Just kidding. How's it? How are you today?
Nate the Great over there. How's it going, Nate?
I'm well, thank you. A bit sad that there's no football this weekend. But
yeah, it's heartbreaking, Nate.
Nevertheless, doing well. At least we have some rugby to keep us occupied.
Ooh, the rugby.
The rugby.
You know what? I'll completely unrelated, but I had a conversation with some Canadians yesterday about two different people who had played rugby, got tackled, and they had a disassociated retina or something. So they wake up and they're blind in one eye.
What?
The retina separates from the eye. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, go play rugby. Yeah. That's a man's sport there.
No, I'd rather play football, man. So
can I start by saying something?
Oh, please.
There's this guy that I play FPL against, right? In like many of my leagues. And he's been beating me for years and years and years. And this season he started off so much better than me. And this week I'm still underneath him, but I'm on the exact same points as him. We are on the exact same points. In all the leagues I'm tied with him. Do you want to know who that is, Mr. Nate the Great?
Who's that? Who are you talking about?
It's you! We are the same points, bro. Did you notice that?
I did. I was hoping you'd not. Yeah, we are tied 7th in our mini league. Anyway, we move on to the next topic of conversation. We have an enormous amount of things to talk about. Not really. It's midweek, is it? There's no football.
Yeah, there's no football. But we can do a little bit of a roundup of what happened last week. Do you want to start with Chelsea? Do you want to start with Chelsea? Since it's fresh now.
Well, we might as well. No.
Look at this guy. You want to start with Chelsea?
Yeah,
let's review what the hell happened with Jackson and Sterling and Gusto and Chilwell, because all of them blanked. Blank.
I still think you should bring in Sterling.
Bro. Who are you taking out of your midfield to bring in Sterling? Whom? You can talk about Saka and Rashford next time, but the next point. But still, that's the thing. It's like everybody brought in Sterling.
Bruno Fernandes, I guess.
Hey, Captain Bruno Fernandes.
Oh, it's been a stinker for me this week. I said on the pod that you should captain Bruno Fernandes.
Didn't only say in the pod, he made it the name of the podcast, Captain Bruno Fernandes. When I saw it first, I was like, either this is going to go really well or really badly, and we can all know where that went.
Oh.
But let's wait. Before we get to Bruno, talk about Chelsea.
Well, we got Bournemouth, Villa, Fulham and Burnley.
Yeah, it's 4 good fixtures, but we can't.
And then we start
Forest.
seeing our asses a little bit. Arsenal.
I would say
I'm scared for Brentford.
I'm scared for Burnley, bro. I'm scared for Vincent Kompany. I would say Bournemouth and Fulham are maybe wins. I wouldn't put money on Burnley away or Villa at home. Just because Chelsea is Chelsea.
Bro, we lost against Nottingham Forest. Nothing's guaranteed anymore.
Now, what to do with Chelsea assets, okay?
I think you keep. I don't think you freak out yet. I don't think it's time. Chelsea still have 5 good fixtures coming up, so it's not the end of the world. Yes,
but nothing
you're getting
about
2
Chelsea
points.
in FPL has said that Jackson is worth keeping.
But is it worth getting rid of him for minus points?
I want to know if I'm going to go out Jackson. If I'm going out Jackson, it's Alvarez or
Haaland
Visa.
And Archer.
And there's still Visa, because Visa got Everton up next. I wouldn't bring him up. Sorry, for Newcastle next.
No, but I still back the thing what I said earlier, where is if you have Mbeumo, go for Mbeumo over Visa.
You're right. So then you're saying I must go for Alvarez if I want Jackson.
Yeah, I think so. Look,
too much heartbreak.
Visa's good, but Mbeumo's Mbeumo. He's on pens, so. And you take last week's example, Brentford versus Bournemouth. Visa did nothing, so.
Yeah, you're right. And I brought Mbeumo and Foden in. I fixed my midfield with that Salah out.
So look, Archer, Haaland, Alvarez. If we're doing a So I already have Archer. So if I get rid of Jackson, I'm bringing Alvarez. But I'm not going to get rid of Jackson yet. I need to bank a transfer again because I do not see myself playing wildcard until game week 9 or 10 when Chelsea's fixtures
Oof.
shift. And
And
that's probably
Liverpool's fixtures
the shift. Yeah.
switch to you must get
To
Salah
favorable.
back.
Yeah. Also considering Alvarez has started at 6.5 is already pushing 6.8. So get on that train. But like I say, if you got Jackson, you're going to make that swap. It's fine because Jackson's 7.1 now. But like I again will say, don't feel rushed to get rid of Chelsea assets just yet. We believe with every fiber in our being that Chelsea will come back and beat Bournemouth 5-1.
So you would say Man United are up on the difficulty fixture for the next 10 game weeks. They have decent 10 game weeks. I'm not moving Rashford. What do you think? Bruno's only 8.5, right?
Mm.
Or is he 8.6? Did he go up?
I don't think he went up. So Rashford dropped to the 8.9. Fernandes did drop his 8.4.
Okay.
They both
So
dropped.
so for you it doesn't matter. They both
No.
dropped, but Bruno's gonna Rashford selling Rashford gives you more money. Are you selling Bruno or Rashford? Now
No,
I'm asking you the same question I've been
I'll sell
asking you for
Bruno.
2 weeks.
I'll sell Bruno Fernandes now. I made my shout. He disappointed me. Stuff that guy.
Are you selling him because I don't have him, so you're keeping pace with me? Or is there another
No,
reason?
I think I prefer Rashford over Fernandes, especially now that he's getting minutes on the left. And I think when Højlund comes up, Rashford will stay out left and he can do some things. Look, if I have to think about it, it might be a case of when I wild card that I get rid of both United assets. No, but Man United's fixtures aren't that bad for the rest of the year, to be quite honest with you.
They're actually decent. I'm gonna stick with Rashford for a long time, I think.
No, I
I
agree
think
with
he's
you.
staying.
I just don't think you should have both at this point.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
I'm probably going to be making a move. No, I will not be making a move this week though because I want a free transfer. I want to have 2 transfers going into the next game week.
Can I say something that's gonna make both our Newcastle stay away from Newcastle, but also be careful of Man United? Something to keep an eye on. When does the first round of Champions League fixtures start?
Because does
Because
Newcastle have the
Man
legs?
United and Newcastle have the 2 toughest groups in the Champions League,
Right.
and
They're going to need their
Newcastle,
players for it, yeah.
they're gonna need to be rotating players, and so that's when we're gonna. That's why I agree with you then about you saying we get rid of Man United assets because I don't know what that's gonna be like. Because if you look at just the first round of games is, bro, that's now.
When?
September 19th is the first Champions League game. That's now next 10 days time, 2 weeks.
So United plays on
20th
Saturday and then they play Champions League football on the Wednesday.
against Bayern Munich, maybe.
Shit.
Away from home. So they're going to be traveling. We're going to have to, anybody out there who plays FPL, FPL is not a type of game that you only focus on looking at the Premier League because everything outside the Premier League affects the Premier League. African Cup of Nations coming up the turn of the year. That's going to affect players like Salah. You have the Champions League fixtures. If your team, Man United, City, Newcastle, and Arsenal all playing Champions League
European,
fixtures,
yeah.
it means when they travel, what type of rotation are they going to have?
Well,
Like
3 days later, United play Burnley away as well, so you're going to be traveling for 2 weeks.
So this is the part of the season where your bench becomes the most important because the amount of fixtures that teams are playing means that rotation is going to be important. So you got to have a decent bench. If you are wildcarding, you wildcard for a strong bench now.
Yeah.
You just gotta. And so yeah, to answer your debate, out of the 2 of them, Saka's got a much nicer group for Champions League, and I don't think Arsenal will stress as much as Man United will.
No.
You know, you don't normally want to bring in players that have tough fixtures, but can I just say Spurs are on a really good level right now, and if you brought in Udogie or Romero or Pedro Porro for just for the Sheffield game, knowing that they were going to come up with Liverpool and flipping Arsenal in the next two after that. But then
Yeah.
Luton and Fulham. Do you think we wait? Would you wait for
Yeah, well,
Udogi
no,
to go?
I'd jump on a doggy now if you have the money and you're not sure what to do with your defense, because I mean the man has 4 attempted assists, he has a shot on goal in the last 4 games, he's been involved, um, he's playing in a very interesting role. So
Yeah,
I
he's
think
attacking a
I
lot.
also think he's a better left wing than Ben Chilwell. Let's not talk about.
Udogi. Yeah, I might jump on Udogi because sometimes in FPL the obvious answer is don't take Udogi because he's got two tough fixtures. But sometimes it's those type of decisions that make your FPL season because you take a risk on a player who's got tough fixtures, and all of a sudden the Spurs come out of that, and Udogi comes out with an assist and a goal. One assist and one against Liverpool, one goal against Arsenal, and you think to yourself, hold on, now he's got Luton and Everton, and
Yeah. But though, like Liverpool's fixtures from now through to game week 12 are good, so you want to jump on
they're
that
better after
bandwagon.
10. Oof, but I just sold Salah. You made me sell Salah. For 3 weeks, you told me to sell this, bro.
Yeah,
Now you want to bring him in.
yeah.
This is playing 4D chess with me.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think you kind of made a mistake on the Salah thing right now.
This guy.
Only because I'm just looking at these Liverpool fixtures, and I think the time is now, bro. It's who, yeah.
You saying captaining Salah against Wolves? Is that what you're saying to me?
Hey man, I'm not making captain calls anymore. I'm a hashtag always Captain Holland kind of guy. No, let me quickly do this. Let me pull it up and I'll tell everyone listening. They've got Wolves away, West Ham at home, Spurs away, Brighton away, Everton home, Forest home, Luton away, Brentford home. Then the Man
So,
City game.
game week 9 to game week 12 I would say, you must have Salah.
Yeah, game
Okay?
week 9,
You have to have
which
Salah.
is where I would
Game week
wild
9.
card. Yeah.
If you have him now, I wouldn't sell him. Okay? I sold him because I thought he was going to Saudi. And I thought his head was going to be turned by all that money, and Liverpool were going to be like, we'll take 200 million for Mohamed
I
Salah.
mean, he would
Thank
have
you
been a
very
god if
much.
he went to Saudi, let's be honest.
I think he's signed for Saudi for
But for
January.
January,
I think he signed, and Liverpool going to work on replacing him because it was too late in the window.
maybe
They
they'll
got caught
buy
off guard.
Ben Chilwell.
Salah is Mr. Consistent. He's probably one of the most consistent FPL players over the last 4 years, let alone this season.
Bro, we hating on Salah. Loki, not hating, but like, hasn't he just returned in every single game week since the beginning of the season?
Every single one. He's not been super flashy,
But
five
he's got
five five
points.
eight. But if we follow this projection,
Sounds like a
he
bad
should.
Pochettino formation. Sorry.
No, Diego.
5558. No, man. Oh,
Yeah,
dear.
we still recovering from Chelsea. Just forgive us. So 5558 means that it
Sorry.
means that it means that he's most likely going to score somewhere between 5 and 9 points over the
Yeah,
next
yeah,
against
yeah.
Wolves. And honestly, I think that if you captain Salah this week, you may be surprised that he's the one that hits the hat trick.
It's not past Salah to do that. But we
Just
all know Salah, though. Once he scores his goal or two, he'll fly.
keep in mind, okay? So here's the thing: Haaland is playing. If he plays against West Ham, but he has Champions League in the middle of the week, doesn't that mean he might be rested?
Mm, make a good case,
And
Mikyle.
and if Saka is playing Champions League, is he not going to be maybe rested against the Everton game? So
This is why he
when we
must
talk
buy
about
Sterling. He's not playing
Salah,
Champions League football.
Salah playing the early game on Saturday, okay, and if you look at Salah midweek, Salah Salah's not playing Champions League, that's for sure.
You don't think so?
No, I know he's not playing Champions League. Salah's playing Europa League on Thursday. against LASK. Now, if you are Klopp, okay, are
Klops and
you
robbers.
playing? Are you playing Salah versus Wolves or Salah versus LASK?
Probably will.
Exactly, which means that why did I take out Salah?
I don't know. You don't listen to me. I talk crap. I say shit like Captain Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah.
No, but
So
listen, I do have my moments. We both do.
yeah.
No, but look, why did you take out Salah? Actually, let's explore this
I took
because
out
it's not like he's
Salah.
not returning. The
I
money,
took out
though, the
Salah
money.
because I checked the people, and this is strategy for you guys who are new to FPL. I checked I'm not trying to win FPL. I'm trying to beat the people that I've been trying to beat for the last 7-8 years. And I checked their teams, and most of them had Mbuemo and didn't have Salah. So my brain told me statistically, if I had Mbuemo and I didn't have Salah, and Salah popped and Mbuemo popped, but if Salah doesn't pop, it doesn't hurt me as much because I'm matching the people I'm trying to beat. And I
Well,
have one or two differential picks. So I went with Salah out. But now I'm thinking about I made the mistake because what I should have done is gone for Alvarez over Foden and kept Salah if I had the money
I was
for the wild
50%
card.
right.
Before we run out of time, you wanted to say something about Crystal Palace and Easy. Easy
Yeah,
because you mentioned it there.
easy money, dude. Easy points. Easy,
He
easy,
blanked for
easy.
3 game weeks and he
Shut up.
finally gave us something.
Yeah, no. Uh, I I think he's mostly there because of finances to free up funds for Salah. If I had to bring him in as a wild
He's been
card,
the poorest out of Matoma, Mbuemo, and Easy. He's been the poorest over 4 game weeks though,
yeah, he has.
consistently.
Maybe he's about
But
to
he
find some
popped.
form.
He just popped.
But again, it suits my time frame. When I wild card in that game week 9, Salah has the good fixtures, and so does Eze. They have a run from 10 to 15. They playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games with 2s and 3s. 4 of those 6 games are 2s. So the FDR is good. Eze might find some form between now and then. He'll score a hat trick against Manchester United in game week 7. So
Easy.
easy goals, bro. Easy goals, easy points. That's what
But
I'm saying.
United will still win the game 4-3.
Yeah. No, they will. It's just the way that they'll play. And Fernandes you should captain him because he'll get 4 of the goals. So
Again, keep in mind, everybody,
don't listen to me.
United, Arsenal, and Newcastle and City are playing in the Champions League over the next few months.
Yeah.
This
Keep
is
that in
gonna
mind.
mean that they will be split, and we will have some upsets where Crystal Palace could beat United
Yeah.
because the squad depth isn't the same. The only team that has the squad depth to play in both competitions at 100% is Man City.
Yeah. What?
And Man City will play a weaker team, but the weaker team is still stronger than everybody else's team.
Yeah, that's also true. What I will say though is obviously take whatever we say with a grain of salt, but on the things that we do agree on, some magic there because we're cooking, you know. So definitely something to keep in mind. But we do this podcast so you don't have to watch every game week in the middle of the week. So we will, and then we'll tell you what to do, or we'll advise you on what to do.
Yeah. Can we before we run out of time, I just want to talk about a very important thing. Spurs. I know we spoke about Udogi. We know that Madison is a must-have. You agree with me?
100%, 100%.
Son played as the center forward striker instead of Richarlison, and that's where he scored a hat trick. Is Son a must-have if he is playing center forward? Center forward, Son, hat trick. You already have Madison. There's no more space in your midfield. We're talking about bringing in Salah, but Son is scoring hat tricks for fun, and he looks like the son of old.
Well, you got to ask yourself if you want to double up on Spurs assets, and if you double up on Spurs assets, what do you miss? So, what do we miss if we double up on Son and Madison?
If you don't have Madison, would you go for Son this week?
If I didn't have Madison, would I
Would you
transfer
consider
in?
Son? He's a lot more expensive.
I think I'd still consider Madison, to be honest, only because someone has to assist Son. So it's not the end of the day if Son gets 9 points and Madison gets 6, you know. But I think he's still going to be in the middle of everything. So the thing is, Son can score a goal from Madison assist, and Madison can also score a goal after that assist. So and Son can also assist Madison. So it depends
Son
what
is
money
going to haul.
This week against Sheffield
versus Sheffield, but then he's going to be chill against Arsenal and Liverpool.
And then
so I would bring him in after that.
No.
Yeah.
It's worth the look. I wouldn't say I favor either or. I'd say if you have the funds, take the punt. It's not going to hurt you, but I would stick to Madison. But I would advise everyone this week, unless your teams are in dire state, don't wildcard. If you do want to wildcard, well, you know what we've said, but don't wildcard and try and save your transfer because it's the international break. It's helpful to go in. People are going to come back from the break. They always do. They come back a little bit weary, a little bit injured. So just be on the lookout of that. And save your transfers so you have 2 for the next game week. Simple as that.
If I was going to wildcard, let me tell you why I was going to wildcard.
This week.
I'd wildcard if I still had Pickford in my team because he's useless. Then Everton. So if you have Pickford and you need to rebalance your team, wildcard. If you not have Haaland in your team and you need to rebalance your team, you have to wildcard.
100%.
Even if he's going to be rested, you have to wildcard. If you have a couple of big players that are injured, you're going to have to wildcard. And the last reason wildcard, if you are heartbroken because you're a Chelsea supporter and you put in 3 Chelsea players in your team and you don't think that they're going to do very well, you might want to consider wildcarding, especially if you brought in Sterling, because, yeah, bro. Oh, and I just want to say, before we run out of time, Luton have a double game week coming up, announced. I don't think anybody's gonna, serious FPL players won't take notice of this.
Ross Barkley for the win.
I'd rather have Haaland once than Luton twice, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But Luton and Burnley are doubling up. They are playing their catch-up fixture in game week 7. So maybe
keep an eye out. Maybe you get a quick game week punt.
And Luton are playing Everton and Burnley. So, who wants to take a punt on the best Luton player, which is the best Luton player right now in FPL sense is Morris as a forward, Chong as a midfielder. So those are the 2 I would be looking at, and Anderson as a defender. So if you wanted to double up as a 4, Anderson 4.0 bench fodder. If you wildcarding and you want a 4.0 defender and you want to do okay for game week 7, here we go. But I think that's all we have time for.